What's up guys, and welcome back to the infamous project. Today I've got the minty low mile original notchback up on the two posts, the back of my shop. And while it isn't 100% original because it's got this Flowmaster catback that was bolted on by the previous owner. In reality, I can't really blame him too much. In fact, I give him credit. And the reason why I give him credit is because, well, he kept the original exhaust. Not only did he keep it, he kept it 100% intact with no cutting and no BS. So we can actually bolt that thing right back up here and keep this car in its original form. Now, you might have known by the previous videos, this car was listed up for sale and it wasn't as quick of a sale as I anticipated. It did take a little bit longer. Now, I knew it wasn't going to sell like instantaneously because, well, when you're asking $40,000 for a foxbody, it's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. And the market has changed some. I talked about the market shift and trends at the end of 2022 and what 2023 was going to look like. Me and Kazel have spoken about it on the Roll Into My 5.0 podcast. And things are changing, folks. The market is. Now, is the market changing on minty low mile stuff? Not so much. Specialty cars. In fact, I think the 93 Cobra on Bring a Trailer, actually 93 Cobra R, is probably going to fetch somewhere around $250,000 here shortly, as that's just been posted up. But following the Mecum auctions or the Mecum, you can get some pretty good deals out there right now, but we can do that in another episode. So anyways, let's get to the point of the video. The point of the video is that I'm going to be putting this factory exhaust back on because the car has sold and it's getting ready to get picked up and off to its new owner. This thing is just such an amazing time capsule. So let's have a quick look. You know, looking at that gas tank cover and, you know, all up in these areas, like look at it's still gassy in color. The support bracket underneath the rear bumper support there. You know, when you can see the VIN number and the electrical connectors are nice and clean. Of course, there's a little bit of surface scale and stuff like that, and a lot of that, and you'll see this quite often on some, you know, low mile vehicles, and this is usually a result of the conditions in which the vehicle is stored. So if you have any fluctuation, even if you're climate controlled, you are potentially going to see a little bit of surface rust. Of course, it's more of a pain than, you know, anything that you really need to worry about structurally. But guys, this thing is just, it's clean. Like the fittings for the power steering. You ever seen catalytics that clean and shiny? I know I haven't. So, right, the K-member. Really, really clean underside to this beauty. In fact, look how shiny the pan is up in there. Unreal. So Kazel actually did a video on this. It was on his 91 GT convertible where he wanted to keep his factory exhaust all intact and in one piece. And it's pretty straightforward. He was on a 4-post lift. I don't think he had quad shocks. We do in this case. So chances are we're probably going to have to unbolt the shock from the lower side of the rear diff here. We will unbolt the quad shock from the top mount, and that should allow us to sag the differential down far enough to, it's going to be easier to get the Flowmaster stuff off because, you know, we can undo the clamps here unless they've clamped them on tight enough that they're on there. But reality is we get the wheel off, we'll undo the two shocks, and then we should be able to snake this one out and then snake this guy in. So let's see if we can get that done. And honestly, that's all I need to do. This car was fully detailed and gone over and gone through. I've had the car cover on it since it came back from the detail shop. So this is pretty much going to be the conclusion video to the 1990 Red Notch. All right, guys, so there we have it. One side is done and looking good. Everything's in position, all the mounts. You can see somebody, I think the original owner did this, sprayed like a little bit of, I don't know, metallic-y style paint over some of the, I guess, factory welds and stuff to try and keep corrosion down. You can see a little bit of it here too. And what's there now will wipe off. It's not really that big of a deal, but we'll wipe this off from sitting down on the shop floor here, but everything got installed. One thing you'll notice, I put a rag here. You know, when you're undoing the mounts and everything else, or redoing mounts, you don't want your tailpipe rubbing against the paint on your rear bumper cover. So keep that in mind. Now we can swap over, get the other side done, and that'll pretty much conclude things. You will also notice in the video, I'll try and highlight this when I do this side, I did take the jack post here and I stuck it over on this side to kind of make the diff come down more, just to rotate it enough. It was actually easier to get the Flowmaster piping out than it was to get the factory piping in. And I don't know if it's just the way that they have the turns or the bends or whatever it might be, but that was in fact the case. So I'm going to get this wheel back on over here, then we'll move over to this side and get this done. So pop center cap off, get the wheel off, and thankfully somebody got rid of all the McGuard locking nuts. They're actually in the trunk of the car, so they're still with the car, but they're not on the wheels because, guys, those locks suck. So pop the wheel off, undo the shock here, 15 millimeter, 18 millimeter, 15 millimeter on the quad shock. Drop this down, jack post, lift that up, undo your one mount here, or I should say slide this through. A little bit of WD-40 or some sort of lube will help. You got another one, another hanger right here. Then undo the two 9/16 nuts right there. And we should be able to fish this side out. And we will have this nice Flowmaster cap back laying on the ground, which I negotiated into the final deal. So I'll get to keep that. That'll get to go on who knows which project, but it's always nice to have an extra Flowmaster cap back laying around. Is done on this side. There's a few other things to consider. You got things like the gas tank filler neck strap, and there's the little vent valve on top of the diff. And some of you are probably like, well, that thing's so small, how does it make a difference? Well, it does make a difference when you're trying to maneuver pipes in a very small spot. And you'll notice on the video, I had my dad come over and actually grab down on this side of the diff and pull it down, and it gave us just enough clearance to be able to maneuver everything in. So now comes the final bit of adjustment, and that's going to be getting the tailpipes 100% straight. And we'll be doing that by rotating the mufflers pretty much when they're straight and everything, you know, is sitting properly in the hangers. You can see that this guy actually isn't even 100% on yet. So we will be twisting and rotating, making sure that all of our clearances and everything are lined up and that things are symmetrical on the back side here, and then everything will be done. So that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward process here. Just take your time, especially if you got a super clean minty car like this. You don't want to force anything, scratch anything, ding anything, do something that is going to make you upset at the end of the day. So we'll get these tailpipes straightened out, bolted down, and this car will be ready to go to its new home. All right, guys, it's done, and it is pretty damn straight and pretty close to what factory would have been, because even factory is not perfect. However, something to keep in mind, depending on how your rubber hangers are and everything else in terms of how the catback was put on, because even wrestling those guys, like sometimes you need to mess with the hangers. So these guys here where the rubbers go on, there's a 10mm bolt that holds these in, and if you need a little bit of down or up, you can actually loosen that bolt out and you can move this guy, which will help with your rubbers. Now, maybe your rubbers are stretched or they're sagging, or maybe they need to be replaced. If they need to be replaced, then you should replace them. These ones obviously don't, because, well, they're such low miles. And same thing for up in that guy. You'd be surprised just by rotating things a little bit up there, how much of a difference it'll make back here. So keep that in mind whenever you're working on exhaust stuff. But we're in a position now, I can bolt this rear tire back on, and we can put the car back down, put the cat back away for whatever project is going to be used on there. And guys, this thing is going to be so quiet when it starts up. It's almost a shame, but stock and original. I swear I can hear the clutch fan and the accessory drive over the exhaust. Quietest thing I've ever heard. No leaks though. Ooh, Calypso in the sun. Look at that. And it's filthy. It looks beautiful. Coming soon.